Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Esteemed Gentlemen podcast for Tuesday, April 23rd. I'm your host, Scott Labrie. Joining alongside me, we have Mini Painter Rick, Eric Deshane.
Hello.
And Uncle Teabag, Tyler Sunt.
Hello.
How you boys doing today?
Good.
Great.
Fucking nailed that intro, by the way.
Finally,
You did.
yeah.
You didn't even
Fourth time's the charm, yeah.
hesitate or nothing.
Yeah.
Got it, buddy.
You know, you finally got her nailed down, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we promised we were going to do Am I the Asshole this week, and we're not going to do that.
Well, technically true. We're doing it today, just not right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tyler's going on a work holiday.
Yeah, holiday.
Excursion.
Yeah, excursion.
Yeah.
How long are you going for?
21 days.
21 days to Ontario.
Yes, to Ontario.
Have you ever been to Ontario?
No, to Toronto at the airport for like
Oh, yeah.
an hour, and that's it. Just had to wait a little bit for the next flight, but that was it. That's the only time I've been over there. That's the farthest east I've ever been.
What area of Ontario are you going?
Sudbury.
Sudbury.
Yeah. Not really sure how much I should say about where we're working because they're all... When we're taking our orientations and our courses and stuff, they were very like, oh, you can't be sharing information and pictures and all that stuff. But it's a big, like, mining operation.
Oh, yeah.
So it's, yeah.
Security crap.
Yeah, exactly,
that's
yeah.
all it is, yeah. So,
So,
You're
gotcha.
sandblasting Justin Trudeau's private oil tanks.
yes. Yeah. Yeah, the ones that he gives to Quebec.
Yeah.
Get everyone all triggered. It's like a big water containment tray thing. It's like 100 feet long and like 50 wide, I think it is. And we got to completely enclose the top so that the dust doesn't get into the smelter.
Yeah.
So then we got to wear masks and all this stuff too. It's a whole thing. We took about 40 hours of online training already.
Wow.
And we got to do on-site training when we get there too, about 2 or 3 days of that.
Jeez.
Damn.
Plus working at heights because it's like 80 feet up in the air. And I'm terrified of heights, so I don't know how that's going to work. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
That was
be
like when I tried to work at a place in Vermilion that did like welding tanks and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I lasted one day. They're like, we want you to go up and climb the tanks. You got a problem with that? I'm like, nah, I should be fine. And then as soon as I got there, I was like, nah, I ain't going up there.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
So like, all right, you can sweep that. And I was like, all right, did that for half a day. I'm like, at lunchtime, I'm like, I'm done. I'm not going to work here anymore.
At least you didn't mess around or drag it out or anything.
I
Yeah.
was like, this ain't for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho.
So, yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
But I'll bring my gear and
It'll be
stuff
fun.
down. Yeah. Lots of fun.
Cool.
But instead of doing Am I the Asshole this episode, we're going to be doing it next week.
Yeah.
And reason we're pushing it, because we all watched and finished Fallout, the new Amazon series.
Yeah.
And we wanted to talk about that while it's still fresh in the algorithms.
Yes. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Gotta get in all those algorithms, man.
So we'll probably keep it spoiler free for now, and then
For a little bit, yeah.
and then we'll get into the nitty gritty. And we'll start with who wants to start with your thoughts.
What do you guys think of it?
So for me, being the avid Fallout fan
you're
that
the-
I've been for a very long time, and I've spent countless hours, like when I used to live with you, I used to play...
Did you play the first 2 games?
No.
Poser.
Those don't count.
But you played 3.
I've watched like an hour and a half in-depth review by Mandalore Gaming. I
Yes.
think I watched the
Yeah.
first 2 reviews of those ones, and I kind of got the gist of it. But like, yeah, I'm not that nostalgic that I'll go back and play these top-down weird. Yeah, it's just didn't age very well to
Yeah.
me. But I mean, it might. I don't know. I just have no
different
interest.
style.
Yeah,
It's that over-the-top style's a tough sell nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm tempted to try because I heard great things about Fallout 2, but
Yeah.
it's still a tough sell still.
Yeah. But other than that, I
You played 3
New Vegas and
and
4.
4.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And I've played through those countless times. And, I loved it. I really liked it. I was a big fan of the games. And then when the show was coming out, I was a little bit wary. And the fact that it was Amazon that was doing it, I was like, well, the Halo thing's not getting very good reviews. I can't say anything about Halo. I watched the first half of the episode.
Halo's not Amazon, though.
It was Paramount, but same
Paramount,
idea. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so I watched that.
Same, yeah.
And a lot of the other like video game adaptations haven't been very good, but like The Last of Us was pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, maybe. And I'm like, oh, it's Jonathan Nolan is the one that's spearheading it. I'm like, oh, he did Westworld, and I thought Westworld was incredible. Well, the first season that I watched anyway, I thought that was really good. I'm like, okay, it's in good hands. I think it should be all right. And then I watched it, and it was everything I could ever dream of, like a fanboy could ever hope for. It had everything in it, like literally down to the detail, to the boxes of cereal, to everything, like the robot, like even the stuff that's like just in the background that's just out of focus. It's like, oh, like even like the ham radios, all of them, everything was just identical to the game, all of it, the whole setting. You know, the little posters and the signs and everything, and Super Duper Mart and all that stuff. Like, oh, man. The cars. Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was excellent. Excellent. Solid 9 out of 10 for me. Very solid 9 out of 10.
Nice.
No, I'm in the same boat too. I only played 4, but I have watched a lot of lore videos, watched a lot of like stories of, and I love the world of Fallout and how all the story progresses with it. So seen clips and playthrough of 1 through 4 and all them else, and have New Vegas, never played it yet, but I heard great things about that one.
Oh, New Vegas is arguably the best one out of all of them.
But before, I really liked a lot. I have a lot of hours in that. And my expectations were low because adaptations nowadays are so hit and miss. Sometimes you're an Arcane, sometimes you're Halo. But no, I just came in blind, hoping for the best, and blew me out of the water how good it was. A lot I liked, a lot I didn't, very little I didn't like, a lot I did. And 9 out of 10 for me too as well. Almost perfect. Yeah.
What do you think?
You're less on the Fallout. Or you never played any games before, nothing all?
I played them all, baby.
Did you?
Yeah.
All of them?
Yeah.
Even the first 2?
No.
No, there you go.
Yeah. No, I played 3 in New Vegas, and when they both came out. Back in high school. I even got the New Vegas special edition that came with the poker chips and a deck of cards.
Oh, shit.
No way. The caravan cards?
Yeah.
No.
Damn,
I think they're at my parents' house somewhere.
Peanut butter and jellies.
And then I played 4. 3 in New Vegas are amazing games. 4, I was a little not so hot on it. Just because the story didn't hit as good as the other 2.
It definitely wasn't as flavorful as the other 2 were.
Yeah.
But I really loved 4.
Yeah. And then watch the show. Like when I watched the trailer, I was like, I don't know, like it just
same. Yeah,
it's like
it almost looked cartoonish, almost.
Yeah,
kinda,
too goofy.
But like right off the bat, it kind of sets the tone. It's like, okay, we are taking it like pretty seriously. There's like little things like I didn't like it as much as you guys. I'd say probably like an 8 out of 10. I give it. Just like a couple nitpicks, like some of the story stuff was a little murky.
Yeah,
right.
And it's like, well, hopefully they just answer that in season 2 kind of thing.
Well, they're gonna have to. They have to.
Yeah.
The way it ended.
But like the sets and like designs, like you can tell like Bethesda was like very hands on, like everything.
Yeah.
Like it looks straight out from the Fallout games and.
Oh yeah. I did a little bit of a thing here
same.
on my phone. I was like the things that I liked about it and the things I didn't like about it. Like tried to make it a spoiler free, but yeah, like I agree with you. Like, the sets were fucking incredible. The top down shots, like just the vastness of it and just the feel. The music score was like my favorite part though. The like soundtrack, the old songs the music, like the actual music.
Yeah, that's the one thing I
noticed that dun, 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 like when they're in the vault and they're discovering like the stuff that's happening. It's like the main theme from Fallout 4. Oh fuck. I just got goosebumps like right away.
That was the first thing I put in my pros was like sound design was absolutely perfect. They nailed the atmosphere, they nailed the feel and the tone with the sound design. It was amazing.
Oh, everything.
They hands on and just like from the atmosphere and like the beeps and clicks of the armor and the computers to the background noises and the songs and like this.
The terminals, perfect. Just sitting on the terminal and the way the sounds like. I'm like, oh fuck! It just fucking nailed it.
Yeah, they just ripped it from the games. Like, they just used the same.
Absolutely, yeah,
exactly.
It was not hard to do, and it paid off well. Yeah.
All the weapons too. I'm like, oh, that's a las cannon. That's a made up bolt or a pipe rifle. That's a pipe rifle. That's the 10 mil. And Carla's like, "Okay, you need to shut up and let me watch this," because I was just like doing the Leonardo DiCaprio, whoop, 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 like because I knew what that was, and I was just like fanboying the whole. I have to watch it again because I spent so much time.
That's what I did too as well. I
like pointing at stuff like, oh yeah, that's Robco. Oh, that's what's that robot? The one that the Assaultron. The Assaultron. That was like in the sand. I'm like, oh my god, if those things are in this season, I'm gonna be. And she's like, would you just shut the fuck up? I'm like, fuck, I want to see the Robco fucking crazy robots in here. Like, there's so much, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, so good. Yeah. Excellent. And of course, there's like the greasy, fucking dark side of everything too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's love it.
Cast was great. Like all performance was really good.
Yep. The only what the heck? I'm trying to remember his name.
Which one?
Maximus. The Denzel lookalike.
It kind of
right, but he has like Cuba Gooding Jr.'s voice almost.
A little bit.
I thought he was okay, but then he grew on me halfway through the season.
Yeah.
Once I realized like how kind of like really naive his character was, but he's
we
like
going spoilers now?
No. I'm not saying any spoilers.
Yeah.
But just like his character just I didn't really care much for it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, maybe he's just kind of like this, but then it's like, oh no, he's not like this, blah blah. But so he grew on me. Like that was the only like real drawback that I kind of had was his character. But he came right back. Like the end was really good. But and the only other thing that I didn't care much for was a scene in Philly, like the whole there's like a fight scene in there, and I'm like, this is too cartoonish for me. I'm just like, I kind of like, oh man. The starting of it was good until Maximus came in, and I'm like, oh no, this is just goofy. Like this is kind of whatever. But like some of that, like the armor stuff was cool, and it's good that they went all in for it. Like they didn't fucking shy away from it, but it looked, I don't know. That's the only gripes that I have with it. Like that's literally all.
That was one of my, I don't know. I didn't like how the armor looked. Like it was too clean. I think
that's the thing. Yeah, like it was always a T-45B, and it was always too. It didn't look lived in enough to be, No,
well, that's the thing. Yeah. But this is the Brotherhood of Steel with the armor.
Yes.
If you had Raiders using like T-45 armor and the old stuff, that shit's rusted right out.
Yes.
Shitty.
It just looked like cosplayer kind of almost.
It did. That's what. Yeah. Yes. Like it looked cheap.
Obviously, it is practical, which I love. The fact that they tried with the practical, but
and it was inconsistent, right? Like the flying would look cheesy because you could tell how light it was, and then like on other parts where he's like trying to get out of it, it looked solid, and then it's just like it was so back and forth, but. And I'm like, I'm just going to look past it because I don't care. It's not affecting the story for me.
That level of disbelief, you kind of have to go with the story. Just enjoy the story with it. Try not to get too much of it.
Because a lot of it's going to be so far-fetched.
It's going to pull you out of it and you're not going to enjoy it no more. Like, just go with it, pretend it is.
But it just stands out because like they nailed everything else. And it's like, this is the fucking power armor. Like you got to nail the power armor.
This is a Fallout staple.
You have to.
Nail that.
That's literally.
But how do you translate something that's very much a video game and works well in non-reality into a real world? Like they didn't go CGI. It was all practical. All practical, which I love.
Which is cool.
Great. But that too was like, well, in order to do that, they have to make it probably out of plastic and very light materials.
But all the other CGI stuff was fucking
that's one thing. Like maybe they should have just made it CGI.
But then you're going into cost effectiveness too, right? Because I guarantee you that Super Mario is probably a lot cheaper than CGI.
But you could tell that they didn't spare any expense.
The what's it called? The Pridewind, the big airship, whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh,
Predwin.
Yeah.
Well, they did all that.
That's what it is.
That looked fucking
something
awesome.
like it. Yeah. I mean, I think it's different, but same idea.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of those capital ships or whatever that they have, but yeah. Oh, and then like the vertibirds too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
God, that was so epic.
Yeah.
So epic.
No, like the feel of the world, I like. The practical effects helped, and just like the locations, the settings, like it felt like okay, I can play along. This is a good. I can believe with this. They did a really good job of drawing you in that sense. So, yeah, that's worth a watch. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, and I just love how they just like the fucking getting sidetracked constantly.
I wrote down to the bullshit, the golden rule.
Right? Yeah. Like how there's always like, okay, I'll get this free, but you have to do this. And it's like, okay, aren't we focusing on the dad? And it's like, I remember playing Fallout 4 when you're playing the game and you come out of the vault and say, okay, I have to find my son. And then it's like, you're helping the Minutemen and you're like looking for armor and you're looking for this. And it's like, oh, fuck, I should get back to the main quest. But you're so engrossed by everything else that's happening that it's like, I'll get to it. That's why I loved this one so much. And then I'm not going to say anymore, but I loved all that. All that. All the characters, the story, like it was such an intriguing story. All the mystery and all the bullshit and corporations and everything. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I loved it. But the best part for me that I really liked was all the pre-war stuff.
Yes, that's on there too as well.
That's my biggest thing. It's like, fuck, seeing the world before. And it felt like exactly how it sounds like when you're reading terminals, when you're playing Fallout 4 and stuff like that. And all the, like,
well,
the
they
big
finally have a
wigs
medium where they can finally show that. Like, you could probably do flashbacks in the game, which probably would have worked, but now you can tell a better narrative story with all that back and forth, and that was great.
Yeah. And just seeing from their point of view how everything's going to come to be.
Yeah. Like don't spoil, but that first scene at the very start of the first episode, like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
That
the
was
first,
great.
like, 10 minutes.
I'm like, man, yeah.
This is going to be an excellent fucking series.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right away. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, so we highly recommend it.
Yes. Please go check it out.
If we haven't swayed you, go read some other reviews. I think it's been pretty much like
pretty much the only criticism
8.5 out of 10. Yeah.
Criticism I've seen are not even about the show. It's about how it was released. People are bitching about the fact that it wasn't a weekly release instead of it being all at once. I'm like, that was one of the things that Kotaku wrote down as their complaints. I'm like, fuck off. Like, all 8 episodes at once, binge them, awesome. I'm tired of this weekly release shit.
I was actually confused because I didn't know that they released all
of
them.
I didn't either, too.
I'm like, oh, cool, first 3 are out. I'm like, wait, there's more? Wait, all 8 are here? Oh, fuck.
I'm like,
I'm watching them all.
Oh, they just put the titles of all the episodes that are coming up.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. They have the
They're
titles. I'm
there.
like, oh, you can watch all these? And fuck,
Yeah.
2 in the morning every night watching them. And
I wonder if like Amazon just did that because they're like, I don't know how successful the show's.
I think maybe because Lord Rings of Power might have burned some bridges and kind of made things a little iffy. Then maybe they thought with this, fuck, put it all out, see how it goes, and that could be the case, and I think it worked out.
They started filming the second season like before it even aired, so I think they had pretty good.
Because usually they do, like, I know with like Vox Machina and other stuff, they do like 3 episodes at a time.
Right.
Yeah, there are a couple.
And the boys too. They do that. They'll put a few episodes
a few a week, right?
Like
so like a month, you
and
have
then one.
Yeah.
They did that with Gen V too. I think.
Yeah, they're kind of all over the place when it comes to release.
Yeah, that's weird.
No, I'm glad they did this one because I enjoyed it.
Me too.
Yeah.
I just want
more
it pissed
stuff.
me off because I wanted more, and I'm like, oh come on, especially the end.
Yes, the ending was
the last 5 seconds. I'm like, no, cosmic nut. Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing that the whole time too. Yep, I know that. Yep.
Yeah. I'm like, I wonder if they're gonna show it. Oh my god. Yeah. Wicked.
Well, should we get into spoilers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You've been warned. We're spoiling the show now. If go watch it.
Check it out.
And if you don't care, I mean, continue watching our podcast, and maybe we might sway you to watch it or not. I don't care. Just watch the damn video.
Watch the damn show.
Yeah. Exactly.
I made a bunch of notes.
Yeah.
And it looks like y'all did too.
Yeah.
I made a few notes.
Yeah, mine are just pretty vague shit, but we covered most of mine already, anyways.
Yeah.
It's my big one. Like, I can't get over like the cast. Like, everyone fucking nailed it too. Like Walton Goggins, what's her name now?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, the ghoul. Like
Walton Goggins.
To go into it and be like, you know what? Like, there's an outlandish like character design. Like, to go and play a ghoul is like, it's a little iffy, but he fucking nailed it so well and was all into it. Like, man, I couldn't ask for a better spot for him. Like, he came out guns a-blazing. Was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ghoul character was interesting, and him back and forth as Cooper going back to with Voltec and how that went
I thought
down.
that was
I'm like,
fucking.
Yes, like
usually I don't like shows like that.
No,
but fuck, it was flawless.
Because playing the games, you know a lot of like how bad Voltec is with the shit they pull in the vaults. Like, so we know about that, but like showing them like how they got to that point,
how they're planning it, and how they're selling their vaults to get funding and letting. Okay, well, you guys can have control of these ones.
Yeah.
I'm not playing the first two, and I've never really watched lore videos on the first two.
Yeah,
it's like, is it like? I always thought like Voltec's not evil; they're just
business,
right? Like,
well,
this one's inferring that they might have dropped the bombs, maybe trying to beat them,
or maybe they instigated China to push forward.
They tried to push for it.
They're definitely doing evil people meetings.
From what I can remember and what I can read about from what the going is, Voltec wasn't really evil, no, but they had ideas for how they wanted to like rebuild society with them in control, right? So all these vaults with their experiments was there be like, oh, let's try this to see how they turn out, and we'll take the data from that and then put it towards our own vaults, and then we'll grow, make the utopia that way, right? It's all there's a few control vaults, there's a few vaults with cloning vats, with cryostasis, with like overcrowding. Like, let's just see how everything plays out. Take the data,
Yeah.
and then go towards our own goals with that. There's very much a lot of that with that. And now we see with their end, it was like, oh, we'll sell you, like, here's 122 vaults we have. What are your ideas so we can experiment and use that for our own benefit, right?
Yeah.
So we finally see
It was all about funding too and selling
Yes.
the vaults. Like, okay, well, if you guys sponsor us or whatever else, we'll give you access to these vaults. You can do whatever you want with them. Like, it doesn't matter what you do with them. Here you go. Like Robco or Hawthorne
Robco,
Medical.
Dr.
Like
Howe,
creating
Mr.
the
House
gases
was there,
and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but, yeah.
Like, it was all very much to be like, well, not so much corporate evil, I guess, is the way I would think of it. Like, it's very much just to be, how can we monetize the end of the world?
Exactly.
And that's the biggest theme of the whole inning, pretty much.
Yeah.
Was like, yeah, we
Profiting from the apocalypse.
Yep.
It's all about money.
can. What does the one actor say? Because I forget the actual actor's name. He's the voice of the robots. It's like, yeah, my voice to the robots.
Oh, Codsworth.
Yeah, the line he says was so fucking good. Now I can't think of it. There's like, we aren't in control of the apocalypse, but at least we can be sitting there and making money off of it or something like that. He said at the pool party.
Yeah, I can't remember what the hell he said.
Like, that is exactly like that's the whole point of this Fallout series. Like, yeah, we can. How can we make money off of the end of the world?
Yeah.
It's like,
That's pretty much what it was. Yeah. Yeah.
And you see some parallels to nowadays. I'm like, holy fuck, this is kind of hitting the nail on the head,
right?
On certain spots.
Yeah.
Moldaver's plan didn't really make any sense to me.
That's another one too, as well.
So, like, she's with the NCR, right? That's
That they or are they the NCR? That's one thing
They're
I might
what's
know
basically
too.
left of the
Left of the
NCR. Because what
NCR.
I'm thinking is everything that happened in New Vegas has happened already.
Well, in Fallout 2, I watched the lore videos. Fallout 2, this is taking place where the Fallout first two games take up. In Fallout 2, you pretty much save California with the NCR.
Right.
You build I forget what the machine's called, but a utopia pretty much where you're able to finally grow vegetables and have a profitable or a farmable land again. And this is like 100 years before what happens in the show. So for 100 years, the NCR was doing fine, and then what's the guy's the dad's name?
Hank.
Hank, yeah, and Vault-Tec or whatever he's with came and destroyed the NCR how many 20 some years ago.
Yeah.
And then that's what takes off that happens now with the parents and everything else. So because in Fallout 2, you pretty much save it. That's why all the games go out east, because pretty much all of California is pretty much like okay. So now let's go to the other side of the country and make shit over there instead. So that's why the last games haven't been on the West Coast at all.
Oh, okay.
They've all been on the East Coast. So they have to kind of do something to push the envelope to figure out why it's bad on this side.
Because, like, the way it gets murky is like, okay, so she's with the NCR. But, like, at the beginning, she shows up with Raiders.
That's
like,
what I don't know either. So that,
like, were the Raiders part of NCR?
Well, they might have been mercenaries. They might have been gunners. Like, they could have been just, like, mercenaries that she hired to help her get in there. And
is that part of because there's always gangs, like, NCR with gangs and everything. Because that's how they all kind of broke up at the end at one point, right?
She lost everybody. She lost all of her people, everything. So she probably just hired
whoever
as
they
much
could.
as she could.
But she's just going down there for revenge.
Pretty much.
But
no. She needs a
also
dad.
for
She needs a dad for the codes.
okay.
In order to use the device.
Use the cold fusion device.
A Vault-Tec person, right? Okay. So
the Vault-Tec, they need an administrator to
I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why she nabbed
Makes a
him.
little bit more sense.
Yeah, that's what she
So-
Because I was like, well, why, if you're just going for revenge, why not go down there, like, when you first got the Pit Boy?
Well, what bugs me too is like if the dad doesn't recognize her, I'm like, wait a minute, like that woman like was responsible for your wife and kids going away, and you don't recognize her when she comes in and meets you in the vault face to face. I'm like, that's at least a little off, but yeah.
Right, why wouldn't he have been like?
Wait a minute, like this is. I thought, maybe he's in on it at first because.
Right.
But then no, it's just they've been enemies the whole time. But I'm like, okay, well, sure it was 20-some years ago, but still like. You kind of remember a face like that, I would think.
And she's a ghoul? Is that like what we're
The mom?
infer?
No, I think it's
Moldaver.
cryo. I think it's cryogenics.
Because she was part of.
Because there's a couple of vaults, like in Fallout 4, there's a couple of vaults that did that.
Well, that's what
Right.
Vault
frozen
31.
and you thaw out, and that's why Vault 31 had all those cryogenics.
Yeah.
That's why it had Hank's name in there. Moldiver was probably in there too. Came out, saw what was happening, tried to rebuild, and then whatever. Frank, for whatever reason, didn't like what they were doing and fucking.
But she wasn't part of Vault-Tec.
But she wasn't part of Vault-Tec though either.
She
so
got bought
maybe
out.
we'll learn more.
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
she wasn't. Yeah.
She was part of the
That's
resistance.
right. She was part of the resistance, trying to convince Cooper to join
them
and listen in on his wife. That's right. That's right. No,
So I'm like hoping they answer that, but like they
Next
also
season.
kill her off.
Yeah.
Kill
so
her off.
maybe we'll
'cause
find out in the second season.
We know the other thing too as well was the Enclave was one that was kind of passed over, which is a big part of the games before. Like, It's pretty much opposite the NCR, and you see a little bit of it in the first 2 episodes or episode 1, and then it's kind of pushed over again. I'm like, maybe it's just part of the Enclave 2 as well with that, and
Maybe,
so
she might have had ties with them, yeah, for sure.
because they're prominent with, especially Fallout 2, like how they run shit and everything else with that. So they did very much experiment.
And it follows 3 too.
Yeah.
They wanted the water supply. Malcolm McDowell was the voice of the bad guy in the third one.
Yeah. So well, that's the thing too as well with that. Hopefully next season, because the ending too, the spoilers of New Vegas. I'm like, well, then we're going to see everything hopefully explained. Because why would he be going to New Vegas? Because then Mr. House wouldn't be a part of Vault-Tec. So like,
so it's
why
like,
is he
that's
going
why
there?
there's a lot of speculation, like even on Reddit and everything else too. Like the timeline is like, something's out of whack here. It's not really making a lot of sense.
How many endings are there in Fallout New Vegas? There's
a whole bunch.
There's you got Mr. House go on his side and activate the robots for him, or
and then he brings order to the wasteland and
do the Caesar one. Like there's all different ways to go, right? So
if you help the NCR take back the dam, then all the people end up flourishing, but then all the water gets diverted to them and the power doesn't get diverted to Vegas. And they kind of
maybe that's one of the ways they choose that way for the story, because it looks like it's in ruin. So I'm like, well, what the fuck's going on?
Or you just kill everybody and take over everything yourself is another ending. Yeah.
It was cool to see. Be like, that was a cool reveal.
I knew that. I knew that.
Shit.
Yeah. It's like, that's Vegas. Going to Good Springs. Let's go.
Yeah. Wonder if they introduce the courier or something.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
But then who's going to play Benny? R.I.P. Chandler Bing.
That's what I thought. I was like, oh, man.
Benny, well, it depends if
Benny.
you kill him or not, but yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I guess.
If it takes place before or
because this series is the latest thing in the Fallout series,
right?
Yeah, so it
it's
depends.
pretty fresh. So
I'm trying to remember how long ago Fallout New Vegas was.
We'll see what ending they decided with.
It's only been
for Vegas
18 years since Fallout 4 to what's happening in the show now. So it's only the other side of the country still, but it's still it's still a few years after that. And I think timeline wise, New Vegas is like 10 years before Fallout 4, or something like that. So yeah.
I fucking don't know. Is this for me?
Yeah, that's what I got.
Hell yeah, brother. Let's go.
Waited 25 minutes to ask.
Yeah. Oh, I just finished this one.
No, and the twist at the end with the dad, I'm like, I knew something was going to be up, but I wasn't expecting that. I thought like, okay, well, they know something else, but yeah.
That was another thing, like, I don't know, like, they would have to know, like, Fallout fans would be watching the show, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'd say, like, vast majority of the Fallout fans probably, like, were onboarded on Fallout 3. So they didn't play, like, the first 2. So, like, I didn't know, like, what's it called? Shady Sands?
Shady Sands, yeah.
Was a real place.
That's the town you set up in Fallout 2, yeah.
And, like, they don't really, like, show much of it, or like don't talk about it.
That's the thing, because Shady Sands pretty much was a utopia.
Yeah,
and in the Fallout 2 with the GEC device,
outside growing crops, everything was.
So like the fact they had to kind of wreck shit to make it like interesting again. Well,
but like even like I get like they're trying to keep it a mystery, like like you were actually here as a kid, kind of thing.
Yeah,
but like why wouldn't they show it when like I didn't know Maximus was from fucking Shady Sands or whatever, and like all they show is just him in a fucking fridge. It's like okay,
and seeing the
the power armor. Yeah,
it's like. So is he just like in a fridge or something like?
Yeah,
it's like oh no, there's a fucking like crazy like city here that would have like fucking
that took too long to get to that point. Yeah, yeah, because that would have been a time. I think they explained it with kind of when they're walking with Lucy and Maximus walking to the station. They kind of say that, but like it was still kind of wasn't done enough where it really showed the fact how it was before. Because you just see him like something happens, he's in the fridge, he comes out in power armor, guy in front of him. That's it. It's like well, it should have been more. To say how it was, because her whole thing too was like, well, we missed like the whole point was to go up and help out, but it already was. What the hell, right? But they kind of skim over that a little bit in the end. But yeah.
You got any more notes? I got a bunch. So
Go ahead. Yeah.
I was just gonna say I really enjoyed like the how like you have Lucy the Ghoul and Maximus. And they almost kind of like reflect like the actual like playing styles
Yes.
of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like the ghoul is just straight up evil for the most part.
Murder hobo the whole time.
He'll
yeah.
kill whoever to get
Kill
whatever he's
whoever
gonna
and
do.
like and that, and then like Lucy's like the hero. She's gonna do the right thing or whatever. And then like Maximus is like almost like in between where it's like he does what's
Noble
good
intentions,
for him.
yeah.
And
Right.
like he'll try and do the good thing until it goes wrong, and then he's like, "Fuck it, I'll murder everybody," kind of
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucked this up. I better just shoot him.
Oh,
Yeah.
He goes,
Yeah.
fuck up my chickens. Oh, have a good day, citizen.
Right.
Oh, thanks.
That guy was. I want to know more about this guy. Who the fuck? And he's like trying to fucking shoot himself. He's got his foot in the gun. He's like, and he sees the little squire guy running away, and he's like limping. He's like, "Oh, hey, I got a medley or whatever.
Yeah,
a remedy for
remedy
my
for
son."
you, yeah.
Blah, 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 yeah.
Basically makes him a ghoul.
Turns him into a ghoul. Yeah.
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 That
Oh,
was the one thing
man.
I was
should've-
like, what the fuck? Why is he healing or whatever? And then like, he gets like shot in the neck. And he's like, I think you're a ghoul.
And then and then just scabs over and looks
Oh,
like real
man, I
wrinkly.
shouldn't
Like,
have
oh,
took
man.
something from that guy that smelled like that.
Yeah, I knew I
Oh,
shouldn't have
man.
trusted a man that smells like that.
Yeah.
And the other thing too, the writing is really good.
Oh, the balance of comedy and
Oh, yeah.
drama.
violence, and
Perfect.
it's great. Yeah,
I
that's-
like lost
yeah.
it when Lucy goes to the fucking Philly or whatever and like goes to the shop or whatever and like the shop owner's like Barv, he just keeps yelling Barv, and then like I can't remember what Barv's reaction. He's like, or whatever, like just like it's so stupid.
Yeah, she like walks in and then like something starts happening. And she's like, "Hey, you shouldn't listen." And she like walks
Yeah.
away like this little weird,
Fucking like
Whatever, midget.
half bald.
yeah, just fucking scabby looking thing.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
No,
Oh,
it-
the fucking settler that's in the house and he's trying to get that fucking filter to work. He's like, "I'm putting sand in it, but there's no water coming out." It's a
Maybe
water
you-
filtration. Have you tried putting water
water
in
in it. Oh,
Yeah. He's like, "You could live with me. I'm pretty sick. I'm not gonna last very long, so I'd be out of your hair pretty quick." He's just like, "Oh, I got like a diaper, and he's walking like he's just got every disease you can think of. He's just fucked."
He like drinks the water and he's like, "Oh, clean water. You gotta drink it even if you're not thirsty."
Yeah, yeah. It's like you almost feel sorry for him and
Yeah.
how fucking. And he's
Well,
talking about.
that's-
I used to live with my aunt and my mom and my sister and this and that, blah blah blah, and they all went to Philly and died, and I just kind of stayed here.
My dad, Zach was like, "My aunt died there once." Or whatever.
Yeah, my aunt died there once. Yeah. Fucking so good, man. Just shows you how uneducated everybody is
like,
up there.
excuse me. Well, she points the gun at him to kind of get his attention. Like, want your attention, but I don't trust you still. I'm like, that's typical. Like,
Yeah.
perfect, Lucy. That's really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
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 Yeah, she was good too.
Yeah, they're very much the naivety of a vault dweller in the wilds, or you have Maximus who's like seen some shit and just knows how it is because Lucy was like, "Oh, they're crossing that bridge,"
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh yeah, like why? Like, what do you mean? Like they're looters? They're gonna kill us? Like they had weapons? Like
They're
what do
lying to you.
What did you expect would
They're
happen?
obviously lying
yeah,
to you.
obviously, but that's just that she
Put your hands up and fucking walk
She
across.
comes from a place of rules, and there aren't none there.
there are no
Yeah,
rules, yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Then they shoot. It's like, why? Why? Because they're fiends. What's a fiend? They eat people. They're people. And she's like, "Oh fuck, I hate it up here." Oh, I hate it up here. It's so good.
But one of the things I was gonna say there, like, there's the backstory or whatever. What am I trying to say here?
I don't know. You tell
Well,
me.
you tell us.
The backstory.
Backstory of what?
Flashback. That's what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying.
flashback. Yeah.
Where he's like doing the movie or whatever, and he's like, he doesn't want to shoot the guy in the movie. And
Yeah.
the director's like, "Oh yeah, America's changing" or whatever kind of thing. Like it's like, it's like, yeah, he's gonna become the bad guy, but then like also like Lucy's like proves him like wrong also like by like saving him and like giving him all the whatever the
chems,
fuck he's
whatever it is,
fucking
yeah.
just digesting.
Yeah.
Right.
Some sort of chems.
Is it jet or is it just some
I'm assuming
other?
just-
It's
concoction?
gotta be like some kind of chem, like Med-X maybe or something.
Maybe, yeah.
No, Med-X is a syringe, I think, in the game, but
No,
I don't know
I'm
what it
thinking
is.
Jet too, but Jet's usually in a.
Jet's
you see,
just a
you see
drug.
Jet like the very first scene. See the
Jet's
guy
just an
Yeah.
inhaler.
go up
like-
and like, oh Jet, sweet.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Yeah.
assuming it's some sort of chems or something,
Yeah.
but because it's something for the ghouls maybe or
to keep him from getting to the final stage of becoming a ghoul.
Right.
feral ghoul. Yeah,
Which I'm guessing is made by
Feral.
other ghouls from other.
that's
ghouls.
my the way
It
the
could be
Superstore-
harvested,
The
yeah.
way the
Because that's
Superstore
why like, he
made
eats
sense.
the
Yeah.
guy at the,
Yeah. That's the thing too. I was like, okay, well, like it's funny.
Ass jerky.
Ass jerky. Yeah, it's funny. I'm like, okay, but like, why are you killing another ghoul? Like, and you see him go for the spine. I'm like, oh, maybe it's like spinal something that they
Spinal
use.
fluid or something,
They use that. I'm
maybe.
like,
Or like
okay,
liver or something.
Like maybe it's something that's what they're
Yeah.
harvesting because they go to the superstore and it's the whole bot with like harvesting organs. Well, sure, but like, what is it? So
Yeah.
they kind of skip over that part. But
Yeah.
this chems, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. That superstore scene too was pretty funny as well.
That was awesome.
I was like, oh shit, they cut her fucking finger off, and then
Yeah.
put like a roll.
And then throughout the whole
Nasty
show,
one.
you can just see like whenever she's talking, she's got this gray finger.
I'm like, nice, that's a little touch.
The
Yeah.
attention to detail is.
And then like the next time, she's like throwing up. You got rad poisoning. I'm like, you sure it's not because she's got like a dead person's
Finger on her
like
finger.
got like fucking infected by something.
Right?
Whatever.
Yeah. Right away. That's the answer.
What do I want to say here? Yeah, the intro scene was fucking sick. Like all the bombs dropping off and
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that first
Yeah.
scene. Yeah. The thumbs up. You finally get the experience. The
Yeah, you see
explanation
her
with that.
little
Yeah.
girl putting the thumb up like, oh.
It's like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's how tense it is and like, fuck.
Yeah, and I like how like they did like the time dilation. Like obviously like the shockwave would have hit them like a lot faster.
Yes.
But it's like they kind of like
They
slowed
really
down
drew it
and, like,
out.
slow motion
yeah.
for the drama and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought it's really cool that he's like a precursor to like Vault Boy or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
like,
he's
it's like, oh, that's fucking sick. Like,
Right? Yeah.
like that's why he doesn't want to do the thumbs up anymore because
Yeah.
obviously, well, I mean, like that's the nice thing too is like we're gonna get more flashbacks next season because
Yes.
it didn't catch up from to
him.
the beginning or whatever.
No.
Yeah,
when the bombs
because his
went off.
daughter is with him. He's working birthday party, so
Yeah.
obviously something.
And then they were saying
happened.
something about like alimony and stuff like that. So it's like
Yeah,
obviously,
obviously they're divorced and
divorce
split
or
up.
something,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
you know, something.
Yeah.
a lot
Where
happens.
the fuck is my family? It's like, okay, cool. So something's
So
going
they
on.
might be still
They might be
alive?
still alive.
Or might find
if
out what
she,
happened
If
to
she's
them.
Vault-Tec, she might have him somewheres in Vault
Oh,
31
guaranteed she does.
or-
She's in Vault 1 somewhere.
Somewheres,
And it's gonna
yeah.
be
In
big,
a
for
control
sure.
vault and in
Yeah,
cryo,
the main control vault
yeah.
that's gathering all the information and all the research
Yeah.
from all the other vaults.
I'm just curious what the storyline is going to be with Vault like 33 and stuff after this because it's
Yeah.
like that almost seems like wrapped up. But like,
I think it might be because of that, but yeah, I mean, because
they're like we know the mystery. It's like I don't know like what do we need to.
I think
No
it kind of
one.
wrapped up as is. Maybe they may not go back to it. Yeah, I mean,
They might-
besides
the brother might go looking for his sister,
well,
maybe.
the brother's in cryosleep now.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it happened. That's how it ends.
He's stuck in there, yeah.
He's like stuck in the vault. It's like, well, I guess
They
I'll-
might, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
They might have wrapped it up there.
Yeah, they
Also,
might.
why is Bud Askins the brain in the fucking thing? Like, isn't he the fucking the boss? What you would think he would be in the cryo?
Maybe I think he's like the main rep.
I think
maybe.
he's it's
the
like,
main rep, like head salesman or something,
Yeah,
or
it's
part
something-
owner, or
something
some
with
kind
it. I don't know.
spokesperson for it.
Isn't that wasn't it Bud Askins?
It was Bud. It was the brain. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was the brain in the jar.
and
yeah.
he's like,
yeah, he's the one. He's the one overseeing the vaults. Yeah, but he's immortal still.
but I don't know. Like,
Bud.
I don't
Hey,
know.
Bud. Yeah.
I feel
Everyone's
like
with Bud.
maybe I guess
Yeah.
maybe he's into it. I don't know. But
Maybe.
it just seems like you would think he'd just be a human or something. I don't know. Like,
Right?
be like, come out for
Maybe-
a couple of years, go
maybe
back
he
in,
got
come out a
injured
couple
or
of years,
something.
go
Check
back
himself
in.
out, go back
Yeah.
to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
Time's relevant at that point, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You see him plug back into the base, so his power's off, and then
guess.
yeah.
Want to hear another complaint I have?
Yeah.
I have 2 more complaints actually.
I got one last one. That's it.
Yeah.
Where's all the fucking energy weapons?
That's a good point.
There's way too many fucking pistols and revolvers. That's like all they fucking.
All I
use in
ever
the
saw
shop.
was 10
Missile
mils
launchers
and machine
They're
guns.
gonna have the nuke launcher in the next. They have to.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
nuke launcher.
there is. Yeah, there's no fucking big.
Yeah, they showed it. Yeah, they got the junk gun or whatever
Yeah,
that
The
nobody
junk was
uses.
a great reference. Like, oh,
Yeah,
junk
nobody
jet.
ever-
They didn't show it
Junk
shooting. They just showed a fucking.
No, they showed it shooting because the baby.
No,
Lego
no,
toy-
they-
And then like
Yeah.
they don't actually see it.
They did the cheap out. Yeah,
They heard it.
They,
Yeah.
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 Just saying.
There's that one. The junk jet was one I wanted to see. The rail rifle, which I'm hoping to see next season.
Yeah.
And the what's the nuke launcher? Big boy. The
Mini nuke launcher.
Fat boy.
Fat boy.
Fat boy.
Fat boy.
Yeah.
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 But that's hoping to see that. But yeah, my only complaint too was like, yes, other missing staples. 2 things that to me are Fallout like standards, which I was upset they didn't show at first, but I'm kind of glad they didn't. Was super mutants and
Yeah.
and Death Claws.
They saw there's a
There's
skull
a
there.
skull there, and there's an arm of a mutant in the Enclave first episode. But I'm like, okay, well, I wanted to see that, but maybe because of budget and time, they couldn't do it. I'm like, that's
you
fine.
can't overwhelm people with that
Don't blow
buffoonery.
that Death Claw nut early on because
No.
it has to be a fucking.
Yeah, Yao Guai's
Yes.
a good starting point for the big
I think
shit.
it was
Yeah.
written as a Death Claw probably at one point, but they
Probably.
put a Yogai because that.
But the
works.
Death Claw is 100 times worse.
That's
It's got to be epic.
Yes.
It's got to be. You got to spend $100 million on that episode when you go into that fucking. Hopefully, they go through that valley like in Fallout New Vegas where it's all Death Claws, like the whole quarry. That would be. Oh, man. Imagine. Brotherhood of Steel waltzing through there and all of a sudden Death Claws just coming out everywhere. Alphas.
They just fucking die.
They all die.
The Brotherhood of Steel is useless.
They're stupid, yeah. They are. Even in the games, they're so easy to kill, too, like because they're just
Oh,
dumb.
half the time in Fallout 4, they fucking fall out of the plane because the plane can't fucking fly.
You just shoot the plane or just shoot it with a missile. One missile takes it right down. Or a machine gun.
You're just walking by, all of a sudden you hear a vertebrate just crashing out of nowhere behind you. Like, what the fuck?
Or you're fighting super mutants and then the super mutants turn around and shoot at them because they're flying over top like a patrol and all of a sudden, explosion.
Yeah, Super Mutants, I'm like, okay, I was hoping to see one or two, but I guess because that'd just be a CGI mess and budget-wise, I'm like, okay, save that for next season because that's
Yeah.
still...
Yeah. Oh, there's lots
Yes.
to still touch on.
But that
for
was
sure.
Deathclaw was one. I'm like, give me Deathclaw.
Because if there's going to be Vegas stuff, you got all the other factions. You got
Yes.
the Cons, you got the Legion, you got...
Yeah.
Yes, the Legion would be a cool one to see.
Oh, the Legion.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they do. The
Hail
Legion.
Caesar.
Kaisar.
Kaisar, sorry.
Kaisar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Please.
sorry.
Put
Yeah.
Kaisar, please.
Actually, it's Kaisar.
Because they're fucking retarded.
And I wonder, too, my prediction, because in Fallout 4, you see a little bit of the Dunwich Boars kind of occult stuff, too. I wonder if we see some of that as well. And
Yeah. Children of the Atom.
Yeah.
Get them
oh,
in
yeah,
there.
that too, yeah. Yeah.
Lots to do.
Lots to do. Like, is eventually, where do you go from New Vegas to...
Appalachia,
Yeah.
Fallout, that's Fallout 76.
76.
Yeah, go East Coast.
Yeah.
Get the Institute involved now, if it didn't blow up.
Right?
Yeah. Boston. Washington, Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. would be first,
Capital
yeah.
Wasteland.
Yeah. Yeah. More Enclave shit.
Yeah, I think
This reminds me
Enclave's
of
going to be...
the government. We're the government. He's the president of the government.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Oh, it's such clever writing, man. Yeah. Last complaint for me is Overseer Benjamin from Vault 4 looked terrible.
Oh, yeah.
The guy,
Oh, the
Cyclops.
eyes.
Cyclops,
That
yeah.
was terrible.
That was, yeah.
That was pretty brutal.
Subpassed, yeah.
That and the flashback of Hank, like that.
Oh, that's the
Deep fake looking
the
CGI.
DH
Yeah,
CGI,
that was pretty
yeah.
bad. Like when he's talking, it's like, ooh, that's really bad.
Yeah, that's.
But
how,
that's
how,
it,
How
though.
do you do that? Right? Like,
Whatever, yeah.
That's going to be an obvious one. Just go with it because.
I don't know, but like they did Betty. That's like Betty, the black lady, like the overseer in Vault 33. Betty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was her
the
in the
little
flashback,
secretary
too.
there, yeah.
Oh fuck! I never noticed
Yeah.
that.
They might have had a
Oh,
different actress
shit.
for her, though,
They
no?
might have. Yeah.
No, they did. Yeah, that's
They
what I'm
did.
saying.
Yeah.
Should just use a different actor.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I figured, like, that was another thing I figured out like just before it happened.
Oh,
I was
I
like,
didn't even know that.
I was like, oh, Henry's a big fan of you. I'm like, Henry, Hank. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Kind of thing.
Well, I didn't even know about the other overseer. I'm like, now it makes sense why she was all like.
Yeah.
Well, that whole plot with 33 and 32 with that murder one, like when they figured it out, they just go, you see the fucking carnage, they all kill themselves and everything else, and they go back and it's all clean, like, what the fuck? Like,
Right.
holy...
Yeah, there's like one drop of blood left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
But then who cleaned it?
That's the thing, too, is if it's Vault-Tech shenanigans, then who knows, right? So...
They woke up a bunch of people from Crown. Cleaned
or
They go back to sleep.
Or maybe Vault 31 has like another big robot horde or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some automatons and yeah.
Yeah.
What was another thing that I kind of had a gripe with?
I was pissed off that Ron Perlman didn't have a cameo.
Yeah, I guess.
He should have had a cameo in there. He is the voice of Fallout. Yeah. He was the voice of the president, I think. Or no, he's the news anchor in the fourth one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he always did the intros and outros of the other games.
They need to go to DC so we can get some 3-Dog. 3-Dog, woo!
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Shit, what was I going to say? Norman looks 50 years old and also like 17 years old at the same time.
Right?
He's a weird looking dude.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I was just... Oh, yeah, the slow motion in episode 1 was a little egregious.
Yeah.
A little egregious.
Yeah.
Actually, in the whole show, a lot of slow motion.
Well, yeah,
Which I get, like, maybe
the
it's
fight
also
scene in
like
Philly was kind of cool, but like that too was a bit too much.
Maybe it's like an homage to like
the
Vats or something.
Oh,
maybe.
maybe, yeah.
Might have been. Yeah.
I would have loved to see like actual like Lucy doing that little and you see her shooting. Yeah.
Yeah, she like hits her
Yeah.
Pip Boy, and all of a sudden her eyes like dilate, and
Yeah.
she looks up and she like takes her gun out, and she's like,
That would be a cool
Yeah.
thing for like maybe a season down the line. Have like the mysterious stranger show up.
Oh yeah.
just out of
Like-
nowhere, just some random.
Yeah, just-
Ron Perlman just shows up. Watch out, miss. See you later.
Yeah, like, what the fuck
Look,
was
back
that?
is gone. What the hell? Yeah.
Like blows a Deathclaw's head off, like just out of nowhere. Who are you? Just call me the stranger. And just walks away.
Yeah, you totally built for luck, didn't you? Like yeah,
Yeah,
full luck.
yeah, full luck. Yeah,
Well,
That's one thing too as well. There was no reference to specials.
no, kind of at the beginning. She
Little
like,
bit
a little bit.
special, yeah,
Like
like
when
she-
she's like bringing down all of her skills.
Yeah, but
Oh, that's another great part I'll get to. But anyways,
yeah.
because she's like she's good at small guns. She's
Mm-hmm.
good at like
yeah.
hand-to-hand combat and
Right.
repair and
I guess, yeah.
charisma and speech
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She kind of breaks it all down.
They did, yeah, at the beginning, yeah.
But like the thing was with like because they do show that it's like, oh, she's good with a gun and she can fucking do jujitsu or arm bars or something like that.
Right, yeah.
So I'm like, oh, she can hold her own, but like she kind of can't for the first like little bit. Like eventually she like
I think
Yeah.
it's more like overwhelming of like something new and like this isn't how it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
I'm
Not
used
wanting to fight,
I'm
not
used
wanting to be
rules.
confrontational,
Yeah.
and just
I
like making
guess.
dumb decisions.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But like yeah, I did the same thing too. My first playthrough, I followed ever. So like yeah, it goes with the flow, right? So yeah. Drink water. Oh, I'll put this radiation shit. Oh yeah, okay, it makes sense. Red water, dirty water makes sense.
you know 46 minutes.
God damn, I can go for
We
more
could
too.
go for more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
Talk
something
about
to
it for a
do.
while. Got 2 more episodes to record.
Yeah.
Anything else before we
Go watch Fallout.
up?
God
Go
damn
watch
it.
it.
Yeah.
go watch it?
If you
Then go
spoil
play
it
the
for you,
games.
I don't care.
Well, one more thing. Like anything you want to see in season 2 now that we know it's gonna be in New Vegas.
I want to see what happened to Vegas after.
Yeah, because
New
it looks
Vegas. If House is
destroyed.
I want to see the quarry and the Death Claws.
Death
I'm all
Claws,
about the
yeah.
action. I don't care about the story.
To me,
Just show me the action.
yeah, Death Claws. Because best memories of the game, I Fallout 4 especially was like Death Claw moments. I'm like, I just love them still. So give me
Yeah.
that. Yeah, and yeah, more
Have some
weapons.
Robco shit in there, like the robots and stuff.
Yeah.
And
I would have to assume Mr. House is there, like because they showed him off in the.
Well, yeah, they show him a
Whatever.
flashback of it, but yeah.
I'd
So
imagine.
I'm hoping so. Yeah.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd like to see.
I'd like to see Super Mutants. I think.
Yes, but that's hopefully goes with the territory now.
Yeah. Yep.
And then
One with the fucking mini nuke strapped to his hand, running at you. Fuck!
yeah,
Yeah.
and then the fucking. What are they called? The giant ones? Are they just called like giant Super Mutants?
Oh,
What are they called?
Oh God, I can't.
oh,
remember.
a Liberty Prime is the robot that the Brotherhood uses.
But
That'd be
it's
cool
like
to
a
see.
super, like a giant. Oh, man, it's like
Yeah.
a gigantic super mutant.
Yeah. Yeah,
he's like
something like that, yeah.
massive.
A Liberty Prime.
Man, I remember
damn.
playing Fallout 3 and when you come. I don't know how many are in the actual game. Maybe like
One or two.
maybe
One or two, yeah.
But I can't. I remember because you don't like get to it till later. If you just go.
Behemoth.
Behemoth,
Yes,
I think that's it.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Because I remember the swan.
The Swan.
The
Fuck,
Swan
it's
is a
gonna fuck out of
behemoth.
me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe they're called behemoths. Yeah, I think that's what they were.
But yeah, in 3 when it first came across, I was like, "Holy fuck, this thing's huge!"
I
Yeah.
had no
And I
idea.
fucking shot my at the fucking Fat Boy or whatever fucking called.
Yeah.
Didn't use it like the whole game. I'm like, fucking, here's the time to do
This
it.
is the
'Cause
time to
I
use
only
it.
have like 1 or 2 mini nukes. Just fucking sailed it right over his right shoulder and just fucking destroyed me.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's the worst with that thing too. Yeah, the first time I used it, I completely went wide with it, like totally missed. I'm like, oh, I was like, I'm like, where'd it go? And also you see a mushroom cloud like way behind it. I'm like, well, that was fucking useless.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I think we'll wrap this up so we can do the other episodes. Let us know what your thoughts on Fallout.
Yes.
Your favorite parts, what you're looking forward to in season 2. And yeah. Thank you so much for watching on YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe, and share with your friends. If you're listening on a podcast service, leave us rating and subscribe. And head over to our Facebook page. Like our page. You can get in touch with us there. And that'll do it. Thank you so much again for watching. We'll see you next Tuesday for Am I the Asshole?
Probably.
Yes, you are.
Oh, no. Okay, bye.
See you. Bye.